All right, let's talk about this. So this is going to be the first Telecom war of 2024, guys. Very exciting stuff. These matches always deliver, kind of no matter how bad or good these teams are, which is really weird. Obviously, we expect T1 to kind of roll over this matchup, even though they did struggle a little bit out of the gate versus Gen G. I mean, they're still going to be a very good team, and I expect them to heat up as the season goes on. In terms of player strength right now, I would say like Pyosik has been performing surprisingly well. Barrel's been performing surprisingly well. And Perfect, their rookie player, has come out swinging. So it's a good time to be a KT fan. So obviously this is a good test for the rookie Perfect versus Zeus. His Udyr has generally been very good. They're going to take away Senna, which long has been a Deft staple. And Deft has already had some really good Senna performances. So Kalista and Rumble and Azir Ori, Azir. All right, so they're just going to pick early for Perfect, and they're going to take the Talia. BDD's been playing more mid Talia than most of the other players in the LCK. All right, Draven. Well, this is typically banned against Gumayushi, so is Kalista. And Beryl on the Alistar. Interesting. And a little bit more of a carry jungler, so they can actually pull off some resets. More of a pick composition with the Talia and the Alistar to engage for Nautilus. Super interesting start to this game. Super interesting. So Perfect should know that Owner is pathing up towards Krugs. And, you know, he's playing pretty far back right now, but he's only level 2. I actually don't know why he runs away from the tower here. Because he pops, because maybe he just thinks he can get away if he dodges harpoons and dashes. But I think he has to stay under turret because maybe he trades back. Oh, interesting. All right, so we come back for a lane gank here from Pyosik. Owner trying to wrap around. So Keria actually just has to bail out of this. Because he just gets, he walks, he face checks this brush, gets pulve ignited. Def still had flash and heal. Wow, this is a crazy early game. This is really fun to watch. Don't get me wrong, like, having 5 or 6 Void Grubs fucking always nice, right? But playing to your win condition, even nicer. Yeah, he's dead.
Not a lot of places to go. Does still have his flash available, but is he just going to be CC'd to death? Yes, is the answer, and so is Perfect.
Perfect gets solo boloed. Damn, Zeus. I mean, they did give him Rumble, so probably not awesome to be Perfect this game.
Looking to go Leandri's first, picks up early short pep boots as well.
Oh, hello, Beryl. Did Beryl regrow his hands? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Beryl? What? This guy hasn't had hands like this in a while. Look at this. He W's in Keria, and then he successfully predicts Guma's flash. And not only that, but he pulls off Q flash here. So he starts the Q animation and then flashes. That is a fucking good play. Oh, damn. Pulled out on the level 6 from Kalista?
The W flash pole is beautiful from Beryl. The Fate's call to get him out of dodge. The hook from Keria though, and that will be able to get the counter kill. Pyosik should be able to answer it and is able to get himself out of there as well. Minion still.
No, he does.
Never mind, he's dead.
Oh. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Beautifully, 2 for 2 in the end, but I think we might make it an extra one as the Whirling Death comes in. Beryl not going to be taken down by the Dream, and they want to. Gumayushi moving around. Does have his serrated Dirk, a fair bit of damage there as Beryl Hex flashing forward. Both of these supports just bloodthirsty and on the.
All right, we're basically guaranteed to have a good Drake spawn too, because Chemtech is.
Watch this top lane, guys. This is it's just unfair. Perfect's gonna die. Yeah,
Or Perfect. He's just getting pooped on.
It's still really good as we do see some stacks. Beryl.
Oh my God, Beryl, Blast Cone.
Looking for it. He pushes back the Rumble, and he's just dead. Couldn't even equalize them. They did exactly what you said.
Oh, yes. Let's watch this other sexy barrel play again.
Really good, as we do see some
Blast cone, flash pulled. Man, he's making all the flash pulled plays straight into a Viego stun and a million Ren spears from Deft. Into free fucking Drake. The win condition dream for KT. Barrel good again.
211 at 19.5 minutes is not too bad as far as that CS number is concerned. As Pioshik will find a stun onto Carrier. Carrier takes that as a welcome, and in goes Beryl. Looks for another pulverize, and here are the two sides of Beryl. The Fate's Call is going to come through and save his life, though, as they get the knock up onto Ono, who just explodes, pops like a balloon, but look at the equalizer.
Oh my god, the W from Talia.
He's dead! KT have won the team fight. It's 2-1, and T1 are just going to back away.
Gubiushi still poor Draven.
And Ono will find Pioshik there. There's the Fate's Call, the flash forward, and he interrupts the blast cone. Headbutt Polveni's amount of those, exactly.
What the f, dude? Flash in. Very nice.
And that's going to be soul point for
Beryl and Def just having unreal pop-offs this game.
Insane pick being found.
KT playing this pick comp really well.
Oh man, okay, let's check it out one more time. The flash Fate's Call and then the interruption, the timing, absurd.
And
Get off Rumble ult immediately too, so now that tool's not available. KT still slightly behind in gold, but I mean, the fact that this just all keeps happening right around the Drake spawns is just so good. Like, they're playing this pick comp exactly as you would want to play it, right? Get a pick right before Drake spawn, turn it into a Drake last 2 times.
Yep. Well, I don't know about all of it, but it's a fair bit. You actually would put a dent in it. As Pioshik now going to face check Zeus. That does not seem like a positive thing. He is going to get over the wall.
Oh my god, is he just dead? Nope.
Ticking and alive.
I don't know if you should recall there. Zeus has his ult now. Didn't have it just at that second, but now they're going to immediately try T1 Baron.
There it is. And KT, they know exactly what's going on here, but can they actually do anything at all about it? That's the question. Deft is hoofing it as best he can.
Nope.
And Carrier, moving on forward. Perfect, not going to be able to find too much here as Carrier gets over to the wall. And Perfect still going aggressive, still going in. Faker is going to get pulled back by the Q as the equalizer goes down. Not exactly the greatest one we've seen, though. And KT still looking for more. Still looking for this team fight as Fate's Call comes in.
Oh my god!
Pulverize, but he's not the target. It's Pioshik that locks down Carrier, but can they find the team fight? Perfect went so incredibly deep. But T1, they still have the Baron. It's a 1-for-1. And the flash hook from Pioshik just barely misses.
Oh my god, that was so close. The flash dot hook.
And T1 and KT still looking for more. Still looking for this team fight. As Fate's Call comes in there. Flash.
Yeah, Perfect did troll that, by the way.
But he's not the target. It's Pioshik that locks down Carrier.
He saved Faker. Buddy. Beryl did push out Faker from the Talia W, but that's more forgivable because at least in that instance, he was getting pushed towards the team before Perfect decided to save him and kill himself.
Level 16 available for Zeus as well. Level 3 ultimate Crypt Loom is there, but no death cap yet on Faker.
Oh. Dashing forward. There's the pulverizer
Beryl
over the wall. Empress Divide hits everyone though as Faker is burning, but I think he will survive. Carrier may not be so lucky as Deft picks it up. Dashing forward.
Beryl's just the fucking goat, man.
Level 16 available for Zeus as well.
Is Faker the goat or is Beryl the goat?
But no death cap yet on Faker.
Hex flash.
Oh. Dashing forward. There's the
Pulv.
So Carrier is going to be taken down.
Minute before Drake, of course.
Teleport, and now there's an all-out onto Zeus. The Weaver's Wall coming in. Zeus trying to be the hero as BDD. Almost not quite there. And another Q.
That's right, Owner feels like inting.
And that was a weird interaction, but Perfect is once again dead. Owner is also, though, as Deft cleans it up in the pit. Not quite the kill. Q. Owner is delivered, and that was a...
What the f was that?
Not quite there.
Q3. Knockback, okay. Alright, so let's take some Stocko stuff. 40 seconds, Rumble ult should be back up, Faker's ult should be back up, Pioshik is randomly dead.
Okay, yeah,
Inexcusable.
T1.
Inexcusable death.
Won that, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
they won the play.
and we were confused a bit. Thanks, Pershing, for letting us know exactly what the outcome was there. Is Faker going to be interrupted? There's
Does
a
delay
Faker.
recall. So actually Faker probably can't get death cap as a result of that. And he's dead. So Faker gets the interrupt. Def still has ult. Pulls barrel in. Faker has no sums. Faker has no ult. Faker just dead. So again, the miracle pick for the third time happens before a Mountain Drake for KT. A little bit sloppy for T1. Like, giving up 3 picks back to back to back, like either at Drake spawn or like 15 seconds before, is pretty
Okay, so back to a T1 victory.
He was trying to recall to buy, to upgrade to death cap before the fight, but he died and upgraded to death cap instead.
And the sticks are just increasing. It should be Mountain Soul. Yeah, the Weaver's Wall comes in. Can Ona do something heroic? And the answer is no. There's Mountain Soul. Carrier
A little bit dicey there.
trouble as Ona doesn't quite find the Sonic Wave.
A little bit dicey to do that.
Could be Mountain Soul. Yeah, the Weaver's Wall comes in.
Because they rend into smite instead of smiting into rend. So it was actually a 50-50 for owner. Mountain Soul is like the ideal soul for them in this situation too. A little bit of a fiesta, but you know, it's fun. It was a weird game state starting things out with Zeus fed on one side of the map and Kalista fed on the other side of the map. Surprised T1 didn't leverage the Rumble lead more. Well, they tried to, but then there was that excellent barrel pick onto him at the first Mountain Drake spawn, so third Drake spawn, and that really slowed the momentum down because Kalista got that kill too. And he keeps, like, they just keep getting caught out by the long range engage. KT's just very good at playing this pick comp. If you want to be critical of T1, the question should be, why Draven? If your plan in the early game is to pick Rumble, Lee Sin, and then 3 camp, go Raptors over here to red, to Krugs, into dive at level 2, when Kasante's level 2. Why are we playing Draven? They have Kalista. They're going to have pressure. Your Draven's just going to be pressured and potentially dove. The problem is they try to have prio on both sides of the map simultaneously, and they did a level 3 gank path, which leads to pressure into their own bot side jungle. So, if anything, like, I get Gumayushi's a very good Draven player. I get that it's often banned. I get that when it's not banned, he wants to play it. But it just doesn't seem like this was the right game to play Draven, given their early jungle pathing and other game plan. Yep, Ashe is another one. Ashe, Jhin. No, Aphelios is not banned.
Faker does make his way out. Big cooldown.
Deft? Yeah. Oh, that's barrel. That's a barrel.
They expect to win all 3 lanes, but how are you going to win against a Kalista lane? Nice isolation. Flash forward. I love how aggressively Deft and Barrel are playing this game. Target selection for them has been really good. I mean, Deft is just free firing. Ooh, the double W knockback from Taliyah. Well, he cashed in, I guess. But the game's over. What a fun game. That was fun to watch. All right, so Kalista and Lucian bans. They don't want the first pick Kalista Lucian. It's Senna, always dangerous versus T1. Aphelios, Varus, and the Taliyah. Okay, so taking that out. Now we're going to switch priority for T1 to Corki. Corki was banned last game. And taking Xayah away. Jinx, Tahm Kench. This is the T1 Classic, by the way. They will go back to this even when it's out of meta because T1 is simply so good at playing this combination. Also, you know, interestingly, this provides, the TK provides a lot of backline safety for these two, right? In a poke composition, you can kite out extremely effectively. If anybody gets into the backline, you can go ahead and devour them and save them. So very interesting. Also, obviously, very good into Vi, because you can just eat the Vi target. But still, pretty good backline threat here. You can only eat one of the two versus Vi Rakan. And you are going to have a bit of a tough time in lane, as Tahm Kench Jinx, at least getting pushed in. Jarvan banned because you don't have a way to escape that without using Flash. as Zaya. Okay, so owner Poppy. So many Poppy bans versus T1 so far this year, so it's fun to actually see owner get to play this. Again, very good disengage for the Jinx Corki combination. Extremely strong front line. And Perfect going to try and play the Gwen counter. I mean, Keria loves playing this into Cassante. And this is the Akali mid is an up-and-coming Corki counter. This is what we've seen a lot of people start to play into Corki. Do I agree that it's GG at draft? The way these compositions want to interact, like it depends on the level of farming that you get. You know, you can disengage with Poppy and Tom Kenchult. You have a really strong front line, right? And the Tom Kench extremely good into Vi because you can just eat the Vi ult target. But there's a lot of backline access here. You know, you have Gwen ults and kind of charging through with Hallowed Mist. You have Akali flanks. You have Rakan. So, you know, the Tom Kench and Poppy can't stop all of it. So I think for me, the keys to this game are, you know, is how fast can Faker get to like 3 items? Like how fast can these two get to 3 items? Because if they're slowed down in the laning phase and we expect the Akali to be a counter that has kill pressure onto the Corki, and, you know, pre-6, it's going to be, I think, kind of hard for Gumayushi to farm this. You underestimate Corki, you'll see he doesn't need 3 items. Just gets Muramana Malignant, doesn't even need Eclipse. You know, the Gwen can be immune to a lot of the poke damage. So in theory, I understand what KT's trying to do here. It's a strong draft for T1, though, because really it's the impetus is on KT to get shit done, right? If you just let T1 sit there and scale, they are going to be terrifying. And then it requires you to make the big backline play or make the big flank play in order to win.
Rakan does have that 8-0 record that we illustrated, and they're also already going aggressive. Gumayushi with the Rockets actually fighting back very nicely, though. And the aggression will be thwarted.
All right.
It's actually going to be used by T1, but not by KT.
Yeah, Beryl didn't use the Ignite there. Both Ghosts used by AD carries. Did Riot suck before they were bought out? Riot always suck, guys.
Be a little bit careful.
Yeah, Keria is stacking.
They are not playing well around this brush. Yeah, I don't know how Beryl ended up being level 1 in all of this.
Can he finagle a way out of
Man, owner just on the train here with the level, the 2.5 minute level 3 ganks. And I don't think that they expected this lane to go this way, KT. Otherwise, Vi would not be pathing topside. I mean, they see Poppy.
And there is the Tom Kench aggression. Beryl going to take that.
Very nice use of Abyssal Dive at level 2 just to punish.
Yeah, exactly.
Barrel's level 1.
They're in big.
Can he finagle a way out of this is the question, as Ona throws a buckler at him and he's just dead. The answer is he cannot. Deft also may not be able to, does have to flash as Pyosik walks over a
What a
ward.
disaster.
They know that he's on his way in.
Now look at this. Vi had to come back from doing Raptors just to try and cover. I am shocked that T1 was able to win like this early. Oh, Barrel's back to barreling, guys.
Is he about to get solo killed? No, he's going to flash.
He turned back into a pumpkin, guys. It's midnight. Barrel's a pumpkin again. Good old proxy farming. Will Beryl ever get level 2? Stay tuned. Like, what is Vi supposed to be doing right here?
What is happening?
I have no idea. It's
Oh my god, KT is panicking. Well, at least both mid laners use TP to get down there.
That's fine.
Casually down 1,000 gold due to proxy farming. 20 CS down. Owner just going to punish this forever. Goodbye. Oh, look. Pyosik was in a brush. Does it matter? No, just going to take rocket AoE. What is Pyosik doing, guys? See, the problem with this scenario, guys, is T1 is getting everything that they want. He's literally down 30 CS right now. Less once he picks up this wave, but let's say 20 at least, depending on how well he farms under turret. And you accomplish nothing. You accomplished nothing. Like, you could have counter jungled. Like, they punished the early aggression pretty well last game. But they didn't actually enable anything off of the Gwen counter pick in the top side. They didn't invade. They didn't do anything.
And Shroud, pretty powerful. Pyosik does have a slight level advantage, but as you can see,
I don't know what Pyosik thought was going to happen there.
ladies and gentlemen, not exactly the most fun, as there's a heroic charge. And Pyosik
What is Pyosik? What is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? That was fucking terrible from the Vi. That was like everything you don't do versus Poppy. That was like everything you don't do versus Poppy. He goes up. I don't know. Why is he standing next to the wall? Why is he standing next to the wall? Like, look how fucking bad this is, guys. Like, does he think Owner doesn't have hands? It's like a max range Q. Bonk, straight into Q proc. 1, dodges Q proc 2. So Buckler comes out. Like, is Pyosik trying to step on Buckler to prevent him from getting his shield? But he just walks next to the wall, takes full stun damage, just gets autoed, and then first off, that's a very nice animation cancel from Owner. Like, let's just talk about this first. This is really nice Poppy mechanics because you Q flash. Q flash auto.
Kind of fun that he's looking for. There's first blood. Oh, sorry, second. As Perfect is also going to get solo.
But that was, I mean, it was well played by Owner, but Pyosik literally did everything you shouldn't do because he doesn't have Q anymore, right? All his Q damage went away. He doesn't actually land Q, so he autos. Like, I don't even know if he has E charges, honestly. Does he? Let's actually get back. I'm just curious how this played out. Auto, so he knows he's on vision. He literally is on vision. This is the easiest. Oh, it's the easiest Q to W of all time. This is what I was talking about, KT having a low floor, guys. Because, like, as good as some of their play was the last game, like, how the fuck are they losing everything this game? Jesus Christ, dude. Jesus Christ. What a fucking terrible day to have eyes in this game. How is Pyosik level 4? Owner is level 4. How did Owner get ahead and experience this game? After like all the shenanigans and like him just like hard camping bot side. Okay, so Pyosik sees him coming, wraps around the brush. Q's over. Okay. All right, Secret Agent Pyosik.
Killing Faker? That would be big, actually. That would be good.
He doesn't have a lot of mana.
Yeah, BDD getting a kill would be huge.
It would. And instead, he goes to the. Okay, there's an all out.
Man, that was such a blue ball moment. Oh! No!
He goes to the. Okay, there's an all out. Perfect.
He actually, Zeus takes his tower shot there. God, Zeus too good, man.
It's not. Zeus is going to get another solo as Owner finds some knockups here. Deft with that Featherstorm getting into the sky. The quickness is good though, and Owner should be going down.
Oh my God, Keria saved him. That's ridiculous.
Shield is now BDD. Perfect execution, but into the back line. That's a kill for Gumayushi. He's been waiting for the entirety of game 1, and now this one. Super Mega Death Rocket sails by though, and Beryl, he will live for at least a couple more seconds. And Keria gets over.
Keria is just too good at Tom Kench, man. Holy shit. This guy is the Tom Kench god.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, BDD into the shroud, doesn't get the backflip. And so Gumayushi will survive for the moment. Beryl is trying to battle dance his way around.
This is such good tower juggling by T1. This is such a good play by T1. Let's take a closer look at this turret dive. Like, KT does a good job of dodging stuff, right? But they let the turret take a hit onto Keria, then one onto the Jinx, pull the wave. Gumayushi's isolated, no mana. Keria goes over here just out of turret range to provide peel. Faker at full HP. Rocket backs off. Goes back to the minion wave. Right? So it's not heating up. Frost bomb. Rocket. Takes one shot. One shot, right? Takes one shot. Doesn't even take one turret shot right there. Faker doesn't even get the turret aggro. Rocket. Keria takes aggro, but it's not heated that whole time, guys.
Corki can be now played with all of his buttons as well. As now looking for Faker here is Pioshik. Does find the cease and desist. As Ona says no. He would prefer it if they just left. BDD wanted.
It's body blocking using W to prevent the engage. Does still have to flash as Barrel comes in after W's down. Whoop. Nice.
Ona not going to be so lucky as BDD. Oh, the gleaming quill heal is going to come on through, able to block out there as well as the tongue lash comes
maybe
in.
maybe not the best flash from Keria.
Moving away and BDD aggressively moving forward. I thought maybe he'd just take another casual turret shot just because he could.
Not worth it there, by the way, to even try that flash.
They pay for it very heavily because Guma, they're going to test. Teleport coming in.
Yeah, Faker teleporting forward. Doesn't have the package, is now Keria looking for the opportunity. That's Faker that takes the Cloud Drake.
Very heavily because Guma,
what?
They're going to test. Teleport coming in.
Yeah, Faker teleporting forward. Doesn't have the package.
902, guys. That's a tilter. That's a tilter. 902.
Is now Keria looking for the opportunity. That's Faker that takes the Cloud Drake.
This Gatling gun stole it because it did 2 damage. How does Faker get that Drake? He presses E. It's a Gatling gun that deals 2 damage because he smited it at 902. And even though there is no Poppy, there's no threat of the Poppy whatsoever. And you are absolutely right. We do not have to 900 damage smite this. Nothing else is going to take this. There's no Jinx ult.
The outcome of the game, 2 health. Pioshik smites at 902.
Does KT have a look? Pioshik has actually been quite good so far this year. This game is not good, but his whole performance has been pretty good.
There is Beryl. They are able to take down the Tom Kench, and Perfect finds himself into that backline. So no real answer here as BDD has a flank angle as well. Perfect diving forward. My God. Good.
All right. All right, so this is what KT's composition was supposed to do. Absorb some of the poke with Gwen, have a nice flank. Yo, they get Jinx, okay. Tom Kench is dead, they can't save them. This is actually good. Ignite is going to kill him? Yep. I mean, if the early game hadn't been a complete fucking Shakespearean tragedy for KT, you can see how they might be able to win this game.
But let's see whether they can string a few of those together because it can't stop here. As Pioshik, he's going in. Cease and desist down onto Gumayushi, but maybe that's what needed to happen.
Holy smokes.
Bullet follows him all the way forward, and now they are in the shooting rounds. BDD, does he have the perfect execution?
The combo of the Jinx auto rocket auto AoE plus Jinx ult plus Corki rockets is crazy. Okay. Well. This looks like any number of Jinx T1 games from the last year. Very nicely done. It's not all Corki, guys. It's the combination. I think you guys think that this is all Corki, but it's also a 2-item Jinx who just hit IE power spike, getting a bazillion rocket autos off in a choke. Nice flash by Keria. Because it's the AoE, guys. Like, look at this amount of damage that's coming in. Because the thing is, you see this? You know, that's the, Corki still, that's just a Jinx auto that follows the flash and then AoEs everybody here. Yeah, that's a rocket auto from Jinx, but it follows the flash because it was already locked on to Pioshik and chunks out KT. Oh, he autoed barreled the dash to Vi. Fair enough. Regardless, it hits everybody. Most of that was actually just Jinx damage. It wasn't actually Corki damage. It was like 70% Jinx damage. Corki was still TPing, guys. It was just 2-item Jinx with rockets plus Jinx ult. That's a very cute ward placement.
Big deal. She's probably pretty mad about what happened in the last game. This time around, 7-1-3 on this Jinx. As over goes Ona, Steadfast Presence gets a fair bit of value and package delivered. FedEx from Faker into the back line, absolutely obliterating them. That Baron with all the cunning ruse. And how many aces do you need? They don't have enough sleeves for all of these aces chronicles. In fact, they
that's great. So this is package plus Muramana. He just bought Mav Malmortius. So Faker just absolutely sends it. So he comes in. Let's check this. Foss bomb, auto. Holy smokes, dude.
From Faker into the back line, absolutely obliterating them. This Jinx, as over goes Ona, steadfast presence gets a fair bit of value. And package.
Oh, he hits a big one too. Big one. Foss bomb. Auto. Faker's like, hey guys, do you want to see my big package and my big one? And he comes over and he shows him his package and he shows him his big one and his phosphorus bomb and just nukes them. That's it. What a way to end the game. Being a KT fan feels like being a Dallas Cowboys fan. Yeah. All right. So Corki clearly going to be taken out of the pool. I guess if KT doesn't want to first pick it. No Kalista, no Talia, no Senna. Melio first pick. All right. Draven's still open again this game. Lucian is open. Lucian, Orianna. Okay. Interesting that T1 is going for the Orianna over the Azir this game, where they prioritized the Azir first pick in game 1. BDD, obviously very known Azir player. Lucianami into Aphelios Milio. Seen this matchup a bunch of times recently. No Udyr for Perfect. No Nocturne. Of course, that's an owner staple. Probably see the Orianna and are suspicious about the Nocturne play. But, you know, I'm not really a big fan of Nocturne if you want to try and punish a lane in the early game. Like, you might if you want to push with Nami Lucian. Rel is up, so have an opportunity to dive in bot side. Bit surprised we don't see the Poppy again. Really standard stuff from KT. Pretty, pretty unremarkable team fighting composition. And the Aatrox now into Cassante. Matchup we've seen a few times. Thanks for the Satoshi Kon Rex. Yes, everything he did is incredibly good. Everything Satoshi Kon did is amazing. And unfortunately, because he died so young, you know, he only has a few movies in Paranoia Agent. Wow, nice. Nice from Pioshik. So we go from, you know.
He was swift as a coursing river.
Dude, the Mulan reference is so on point from Atlas. Dude, and Chronicler just drops the ball. Come on, man. With all the force of a great typhoon, you have to follow it up. You have to follow it up.
What he has to offer is Faker. All right, is this another solo kill?
At least to say, be a man.
Winding up and oh no, Faker almost to the minions. That's why you drink your potions, ladies and gentlemen. And this one's certainly keeping us on our
man.
What is
you gotta roll with that. This is the problem with having, you know, Europeans or people who have English as a second language on your broadcast. They may not know all the English first cultural references. Chronicler also might be too young for Mulan, actually.
And there it is. Pioshik does come on through his BDD. Back to his jungler. And now Faker's moved forward.
Super sexy from BDD.
This damage for now, though. Dissonance value huge. When becomes lightning does spot the
yeah, this has actually been a fun series to watch. It's been a lot of action.
We're back to ARAM.
Yeah, just an ARAM. Now there's a shock.
How did Beryl get caught in that, actually?
We're back to ARAM.
That's like, that hitbox looks super jank, actually.
Now there's a shockwave.
I'm really surprised Beryl got hit by that shockwave.
Now dashing forward, the bubble is going to connect, and Faker takes down the jungler, and now Beryl having to get out of there. He may have a campfire, but he doesn't have too much more, and he's still going to get knocked up. There's the ebbs and the flows, and Carrier locks down that one as well.
Faker just really playing the line well. Very persistent.
Yeah, Beryl, you just keep going. You were fine.
Why does Beryl die? Beryl! I don't understand how fans can keep blaming Beryl. Like, do you not see what's happening topside? Yeah, but every game he's in a pure 1v1 with Zeus. And in game 1 of this series, Perfect was like, they sacked a whole ton of jungle resources just to get him ahead on the Rumble. And KT played very well around the Fed Rumble and got picks on it. So, like, I mean, Perfect has had to just hard weak side all of these games against maybe, you know, one of the best, not even maybe, one of the best 1v1 top laners in the world, and it wasn't even a 1v1 in game 1. So, I mean, he's a rookie. We expect more from Beryl because he's a fucking 2-time world champion.
Oh, getting swept underneath his turret.
Nice.
A good opportunity, gets the flash from the Orianna here. I don't think it's a
BD's had some nice Azir plays. As expected.
Fix the issue.
Beautiful.
Big win.
So Def now under fire. There's the flash. Magnus Storm crashed down.
Nice knock into isolate owner. Okay.
Owner not able to lock him down. Red white guns are pretty good as the culling is blocked here. As Pioshik, right place, right time this time to save his bottom lane. Still, there's not a lot left available. Shockwave does find the air. As Faker now still looking for it onto BDD. Health bars very even, and this orb needs to be respected. BDD gonna have to go back. Does have teleport, as does Faker, as Deft here. Still has that Crescendum Severum combo. Moonlight Vigil comes down onto Carrier just to say, please leave me alone. And now, Owner coming back one more time. The bubble just barely misses, or maybe it landed. And Beryl had the ulti just back one more.
No, it didn't land. Beryl ulted anyway, though.
Or maybe it landed, and Beryl had the
It looked like it was going to land.
We didn't even see the animation.
This game is so fun to watch. Yeah, this whole series has been really fun to watch. And then you lose those and you have no pressure, then getting the grubs was absolutely meaningless. Whoops. Oh, no.
And there is the kill on the Azir. Pioshik will find the knock-up onto Owner. They made from Pioshik.
BDD was terrible this series. That's not true. Lies. He was good until in game number 1. And he's actually been fine up until this point in time. He's had some really nice plays.
Attempt onto BDD, good positioning.
Faker was just anticipating this, though, right? And they know Pioshik is there, so the fact is, like, this move isn't a surprise because they already see Pioshik, so he's anticipating this and is able just to get out of it.
Of this KT in game number 1 as Carrier could be in trouble, doesn't find the bubble.
Yeah, he did fine on Akali. Yeah, he actually almost, he was the one who almost saved that game with that Akali TP flank. I will not stand by this BDD slander.
As that one was, as Faker makes his way down towards this bottom side. A little bit of a disengage there as Beryl feels like he has a target on his back. There is
well, just miss every relability.
Gonna go wide there as teleports are coming through. Owner might just be dead. There's the knock up. And in goes perfect. Can he find Faker?
Nice, okay.
Special delivery as he's also fire kick trying to go.
Nice Q3. But there's no follow-up.
But I like the gusto from the young man as Infernal Chains. Deft is bubbled, pulled back and destroyed.
No Milio. No flash for Deft.
And KT, it feels like they're circling at this point. It is 4,500 gold the lead here for T1 as BDD once again doesn't find it. But the Shockwave goes wide as well. Good sidestep there from BDD. Orb awareness.
Force flash.
You certainly need to have as oh no. Here's the jump scare as good flashes do come on forward. But Beryl, he ain't going to be so lucky. The culling comes through and that is going to take down the Melio.
This is just feels really bad. KT is always just like one player behind the play. You know, Perfect's not there, BDD's not there to stop some of this really good forward aggression from T1. Can KT get better? I don't think so, man. Like, we don't expect this to be a top 3 team. They're really just limited by the ceiling that Pioshik and Beryl. I mean, maybe if Perfect becomes a really good top laner, then perhaps.
As Carrier just going to try and spy where everyone is. Gumushi moving on over. Pioshik able to sidestep the bubble. As they do pull off the Baron for the moment. At least bought them a little bit of space here as, all right, Pioshik just going to go in. There's the Crescent Guard to try and deliver Owner into that, I guess, amount of...
Oh!
Shockwave is so big.
Bubble, Shockwave, Nami ult.
And yeah, Moonlight Vigil lands, but the damage is well and truly done. Perfect trying to...
Man, Carrier having a banger Nami game. Get brush control. Gets him up front damage onto Pioshik. Pioshik ults. So Owner just tanks. Zeus does a really good job of stopping Perfect on the flank. Bubble. Shockwave. Nami ult. Isolates Deft. Very nice. The 2-man Rel Aatrox Baron. It's actually really smart because everybody else can zone out KT either with ball placement or bubbles or with the culling and upfront damage. T1 is so good at allocating resources to Baron and finding those Baron timing windows. Super clean.
They do manage to secure it, and now Gumushi looking for even more. Good fire kick to interrupt the culling. As in goes BDD, finds 3, but there's no one else there. No one's in the vicinity, and he's taken down.
Look at that damage from Zeus. Holy shit. Zeus makes Aatrox mechanics look so effortless. Yeah, T1 looking really good. Even in game number 1, they got some pretty significant advantages, and if they hadn't just kind of trolled
this time around.
those 3 Drake fights in a row by getting picked off each and every time. Probably they had a good chance of winning that one too. But we got to see some of the T1 classics, like the Tom Kench Jinx lane. Just the dominant lane play, and then the snowballs just so fast from T1. Really nice.